was working as a print journalist for a social issues magazine in Spain called Planeta Humano in the late 90s. I started going to Asia and traveling there and writing about women issues, and I discovered that sex trafficking was rampant in the Himalayas, in Thailand, etc. So I wrote a series of articles about sex trafficking, child trafficking actually, little girls that were living in a hamlet, and they were being sold to these brothels in India, in the major cities, in Bombay and Calcutta. And I visited those brothels and I learned what was happening. I listened to their stories, and I also went with them when they went back to Nepal, back to their houses, and how they were rejected by their families. So they ended up in shelters, and their life was, of course, completely ruined. One of my articles was turned into a documentary film, Teen Girls, that was produced by Canal Plus Spain and directed by Miguel Bardem, which is a cousin of Javier Bardem. And I worked in that documentary from the core of, from the start to the finish. It came really also from my heart, and I was very involved in it. I felt like I needed to tell the story. I had met these incredible women that were survivors of this horrendous exploitation. The survivors told us, well, I mean, so many people come and they want our story. They want us to tell us the story, but so what? What do we get from this? So we told them, so what do you need? And they allow us, well, they told us that they had this dream to create a little workshop, a little factory in which they could take spices, grind the spices and sell them in the market. And we made it into a reality. That's the Masala Project, masalaproject.org. This is an income-generating project that allows the women to come to a place, work, feel, recover their dignity, get an income, go about with their lives. And we know that they're going to die very soon. One of them died 1 month after production, and she couldn't be part of this project, unfortunately. And then what started to happen is that we started with 2 women that were victims of sex trafficking. Pretty soon we had like 20. Some of them were sex workers. They weren't even victims of sex trafficking, but they happened to live in that area of Nepal. And they started to come. They also needed another opportunity to some kind of work. Nobody would give them work because, of course, they were sex workers and outcasts. So it was a beautiful little project. And then when that finished, when the production of this film, Teen Girls, finished, I came back to Los Angeles, where I live with my family, and I realized that sex trafficking was rampant there. Actually, it's happening in the whole world with globalization and feminization of migration. This is happening more and more, and it's going to happen more and more because women are more prone to it. Younger women want to leave their little houses, the little villages, and go to the big city, and then they are at risk at that moment. And there's many people out there who are really trying to make a profit. It's a $9 billion business in the world nowadays, and it's growing.